We go in there, usually unnoticed. We kind of go sight unseen. Most of the fires that we go to are the fires that you'll never hear about. They're the fires that we're going to catch. And fires don't behave themselves. They're going to do what they want to do unless you dictate otherwise. This is my 22nd year as a smoke jumper. I've gone from being a rookie to the base manager, which is the top of this particular organization. We're going to those fires that have some potential to cause some problems. And even though they're remote, there's really not too many places where they're remote enough where they're not going to cause some problems in a day or two. So we try to go after those ones. That's the ones that we're ordered for.
Roll call. Maggio. Here. Boynton.
Here.
Stackley. Here. Betancourt.
Here.
Stats page, nothing has changed.
And for everybody, let's really work on our suit-ups.
This is my 3rd year as a smoke jumper. I was going to be a firefighter from before I have memories. My dad jumped for 35 years, I believe, so pretty much every memory I have of my father is him as a smoke jumper. And so growing up, I got to see him do it, and I just remember going, that's what I want to do. And they all joked, that I was brainwashed from a young age because I didn't stand a chance. This is what I was doing right here. I'm on a diet constantly, probably for the rest of my life, pretty much, just so I can do this job. I weigh naturally much more than 200 pounds. The aircraft can only carry a certain amount of weight, but mostly I think it's for the parachutes. Yeah, work out year-round and diet year-round so I can do this. I describe it to people that it's really physical at times, and then it's night and day difference. It goes to where there's not very much to do.
For me, when it's really slow, when there's not a lot of fires, which is good for everybody else, it's not good for us. You kind of get cabin fever because we're outdoor people, and when there aren't many fires going on, we kind of get cooped up in this building here, and we need to vent and get out. Directly. Sometimes you look out the door and you think, this is truly nuts. I can't believe I'm doing this right now. And then you're the next one up, the spotter calls you into the door, and there's no backing out.
Then your heart starts to beat pretty fast, and a lot of times you have a chance to take a deep breath, which is really helpful, and kind of just focus on the horizon, and you're waiting for the slap on the back.
And you're all over the place, the wind's blowing you around, and you're just trying to stay in a tight position, and then it goes from chaos to like serenity and silence, and very peaceful really fast. Because all of a sudden your parachute opens and you're just floating and it's quiet. You hit the ground, take off all your gear, and then we carry, it's called our PG bag. We carry it right here on us and on our front. And that has like our hard hat and food and water. And then they do cargo drops. And so the plane flies over and drops out our tools and sleeping bags and more food and more water. And we collect all that, and then we go to fighting fire.
What we do is we We break up into a couple different groups and we try to cut line around the fire. That's removing all the fuel on the outside edge of the fire with chainsaws and hand tools. So the fire theoretically can't spread anymore. Then you can start mopping it up. The way we mop up with no water is basically you just have to stir it up with dirt and cool it. Then everybody gets down on their hands and knees and they hand feel the entire fire with bare hands, and you feel for any heat.
I'm scared a lot of the time in this job, and pain, and like I think there's some word that means finding pleasure in pain, and I'm pretty sure we all have that characteristic.
I know more of what could happen now because I've seen a lot of things happen, whereas when you're a brand new smoke jumper, you don't even know what the realm of possibility is. You just go with it. And as a manager, you know, as I am responsible for these people, I'm constantly, you know, worried that everybody's going to be okay. You just kind of absorb it, I guess, as a family, and you carry it with you as you move forward. And Luke's just kind of part of who we are now. It's part of our history. There's always going to be that reminder every day.
I can try.
When we get a fire call, my wife always wants to know whether I'm coming home or not. Pretty much all of us depend on the overtime in the summertime to make it through the wintertime.
And you can't ever count on them being home, especially during the summer. The kids probably took some steps before he even knew it, or said certain words, or did certain things. You know, you do miss a lot, and it's sad.
I tell you every night to shower, you know that. You need to rinse off the chlorine.
I would love to be home more with my kids, but it's the occupation that I have, and it's how I make my living, and I love it.
It's not only him not being here, but just his presence as a husband and a father, you know, makes everything complete.
What river flows through Happy?
When he's gone, it's just kind of not there. So we miss him. And I know he has to do what he has to do, but it doesn't make it easy. No news is good news, but it would be, you just miss hearing their voice and you just wonder, where are they?
This job has taught me humility. You never have it made here. When you're working in Mother Nature, in the environment where it's unpredictable and there's a lot of hazards, you don't ever want to get to the point where you think you got it figured out. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and I still have immense respect for the forces out there in the wildland.